Alright guys, it's Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. You are coming into a video series. This is video 4 in a 5 video series. To understand a little bit more about what's going on, check out the quick links if you are in YouTube. The quick links are in the description to all 5 videos as they get posted. So if you're waiting for them to pop, they might just be on the blog or not be on the blog yet. If you're watching on the blog, there's a quick links video series right below the embedded video that'll give you quick access to all 5 videos in the series. So this is our Walrus Befriends. It starts with art Stamp-A-Stack class. It's a one sheet wonder. There is a class kit available while supplies last. It's a flexible kit that allows you to stamp 7 cards with leftover designer series paper and inspiration to just keep going. It gives you the flexibility to use the stamp sets that you might already have or to grab some of these other ones while supplies last, because we are on the cusp of the retirement list and I have a feeling some of my featured stamp sets might retire. So for this particular card, we're going to use the Stampin' Up! Starts with Art stamp set. It is a 12-piece cling mount stamp set. Has an awesome arts supplies die set that you can bundle it up with. It does all kinds of fun little ribbon borders and buttons and cuts out this little image that we've been using as a background piece to make a little spool for floss. It's got great sentiments, good to send, check in on your crafting friends during this pandemic. All right, so you guys wanted cards that you can send. You can make a lot without having to think too hard about them, and that's where this kit came from. So with this kit, you get enough materials and envelopes for 7 cards and some extras and inspiration to just keep going. In the video, we're going to do follow your art, but if you take a look at this one, this is the exact same materials, the exact same die cut pieces, the exact same package of designer series paper, same card base, same embellishment. All as we did was switch up our stamp set. Alright, so we're gonna make this one, but the inspiration for this one, the photographs and everything, will be all available to keep you going with the same layout. So in video number 1, we cut our designer series paper from the kit, and we cut it according to the Wonder Recipe number 7. So in this Wonder Recipe number 7, you're going to get 4 pieces of designer series paper. This one is one of the 3x4 inch pieces, and you're going to be able to make 2 of this card from that piece of designer series paper. So this will make 2 of the same cards. You'll have 2 kits just the same as this. Let's take a look at that. And your kit will come just like this with a mailing envelope, card base, and all your die cutting is done for you. We've got our label, our little scallop piece. It's half of a scallop square. This label is from the Nested Labels die set. We cut the smallest oval from the stitched ovals, and this is cut using the layering squares, and we just cut it in half for each of the kits. Our basic gray card is already scored for you. Let's go ahead and get that folded up. We've got our designer series paper that we cut 2 pieces, makes 2 cards. You're gonna need your die cut hearts from the kit and your linen thread. Make sure you grab those. And let's start with a little bit of stamping. We're gonna use some basic gray, and we're gonna work on the little background flourish. All of these stamp images are from It Starts With Art. We're going to ink up basic gray and stamp it on our smoky slate card base. You just want to ink up really lightly. Try to keep the center clean. If you've been watching these videos, you see that I haven't been doing a great job of that. But the designer series paper is going to cover any blushing that might happen. I'm putting the designer series paper dry fit on my card to give me a good idea of where I need to stamp. I just hover over, slide away the designer series paper, and then stamp that little flourish. I'm going to put my designer series paper back. It's centered all the way around. That's what we're looking for. Ink up again, light taps. Try to keep it clean. And then we'll hover again, Slide the designer series paper out of the way without getting ink on it. And stamp. There's our little background stamping. Super simple. Get rid of the basic gray ink. And let's go ahead and glue down that designer series paper. One of the things that I'm trying to show off in this class just a little bit is that the die cuts that you already have, or the ones that come in the kit, are far more versatile if you're willing to cut them up. So in video number 2, we cut the stitched rectangle, took about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch off, and you get a little bit different looking die when you do that. So with our nested stitch label, we're going to cut this one down with our paper trimmer and make it a little bit different looking shape. Let me grab my paper trimmer. Alright, we're going to take our label and the paper trimmer. We want to cut off, so what you're going to do is take this little corner here, line it up so that it lines up with the 1/4 inch mark. Do you see that? So these corners are on that 1/4 inch mark. So you're going to take that off. Now, if you wanted to get really wild and crazy, I love the overachievers that like to decorate the inside of the cards. You could absolutely take this little piece, pop it up in the corner, maybe one of the little hearts. Why am I telling you when we can just do it, right? So let's grab some adhesive here. And it just gives you a little bit of interest inside the card without any extra materials and without a lot of extra effort. So we're going to glue that one right into the inside of the card. Burnish that down. Then we're going to take one of the little hearts from the kit. This little swoop of hearts is from the Be Mine Stitched dies. Another one that I'm kind of afraid is going to hit the retirement list, people, if I'm being honest with you. And isn't that a fun way to just liven up any project? And especially the inside of the card. Now I'm one of the overachievers that does the inside of the card too. Can't believe I just put the glue on the heart. Ugh. Been teaching you in the whole video series to use your, take your pick tool. Haha. See how cute that is? So you can do that. That's a little something to do with the extra piece you cut off. Let me do a little more stamping. So now we've got our bit. We cut off the side. We're going to stamp, follow your art. This is the great card to send to your Stampin' friends. Check in on them, see how they're doing. You want to go a little left to center because you're going to wrap the whole thing with some twine and tie a bow. Don't want it to interfere with your sentiment. And then the ribbon spool. It's a stack of spools. I love the little heart. I always have to color that top roll of ribbon that makes the little heart in some shade of pink or red. Just doesn't seem right if it was blue or green, you know what I mean? Stamp that one right on there. Such a pretty little image. Perfect for crafty girls. And crafty guys too, right? All right, let's color our image. All right, some simple coloring here. You've seen this palette before. Dark Bermuda Bay, or light Bermuda Bay, dark pool party, smoky slate, calypso coral, daffodil delight. Simple coloring. Gonna color it all in with the light, add some shadows with the dark, and then blend them together. All right, for my little ribbon here, I want a softer effect. So I'm going to take my lighter Calypso Coral I've already filled in with light, and I got the dark one in my left hand, and I'm picking up some of the dark Calypso Coral on the point of the light Calypso Coral. That way I'm going to get kind of softer shadows, easier to blend. I find Calypso Coral can be a little bit difficult to blend because of the difference in intensity between the lighter and the darker shade. So if you just pick up a little bit of the dark on the point of the light and then run it out until it's light again, you'll find that it'll blend just a little bit softer. We'll go back where it's a little intense and bring them together again. So a little blending tip. And if you were concerned about it, then take your lighter marker, just scribble until any of the darker shade is gone. All right, we're getting there. Let's take our little sample, bring that back in, and I'm gonna do a strip of snail on my scallop square, or half a scallop square. And we're gonna glue that to the edge, center between the stitches of our little layered or label. I'm gonna wrap a couple of times around the label. And then we want to tie a bow at the bottom. There's your cute little bow. Trim it right away from the spool. Love it. Got a little stitched oval here. I'm going to kind of roll that between your thumb and forefinger. Get those paper fibers ready to fold. I like to bring the two ends together and then just bring it to kind of a soft crease. And take some multi-purpose liquid glue on both ends of the oval. We're going to glue it on like a little tab. It's all decorative here. I'm going to kind of fudge it right up against that ribbon, squish it to the side, then hold that for a second and let it dry. While you're holding that, you can add your multi-purpose liquid glue to your decorative panel here, even to the back. And let's get that on the card. Burnish that down. We're going to make sure we sandwich that twine and the glue. Our last step is a couple of these pretty little hearts. Let's see here. I want some kind of medium ones for a top, kind of a medium one, maybe a little one on this, little one here. Don't have to be the same, a little different each time is cool. All right, let's get those glued on. You know how that goes. Got the multi-purpose liquid glue, and take your pick tool. These big ones are a little bit easier to handle. I'm gonna use that one without the take your pick tool. I still need it to straighten it out. It's crooked. It's crooked. Burnish it down. One at the top. And then one on the tab. There you go. Follow your art. Do you just love it? So, 2 of those cards. Your kit will make 2 of those cards. Your Wonder Recipe will make 2. And you cut it according to the Wonder Recipe number 7. Or you can shake things up a little bit. Change your designer series paper and your stamp image. And get that card. If you've got any questions about the project, about the kit, about the Walrus Be Friends. It starts with our Stamp a Stack class. You can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com or to shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.